that the Most High is communicating with his prophets, his teachers, his people. That's why he said, remember the Sabbath. That's why on certain holy days, when you read the Bible, the Most High would come down on that day amongst the tabernacle. Okay? So we're showing you the importance of understanding our holy days opposed to Satan's. He weakens us by doing what? He weakens the frequency, the communication between the heavens and God's people through all of these traditions and Gentile holy days that are worshiped in the earth today. All right? Shalom. Now, finish reading what you have, Brother Lawyer, and we're going to jump right in.
Yes, sir. Jumping back to Isaiah chapter 14, verse number 14.
Yeah.
I will ascend above the heights of the clouds.
Come on.
I will be like the Most High.
I will be like the Most High. So what did Satan do? He set up a society in which he would be exalted and reverenced like the God of all gods. He would wish for mankind to worship him like we should worship the Father. So instead of the whole earth being silent like it used to be during the Feast of Dedications in Israel, when we were in Israel, they have everyone out there, Black Friday, Thanksgiving, Black Friday, get your goods, get ready for Christmas. See? So Satan set up all these alternative distractions, while those that are on the message, according to his holy days, is receiving the information concerning what's really going on. While the whole earth is being weakened through the holiday distractions. See? So he says, well, okay, I know that during this time of year, when the Most High have his certain holy days, that he's communicating with the earth. So he set up strategically through each season holy days close in proximity to God's holy days to weaken the people when we should be on code in respect of the heavens to understand what the Most High is saying. But no one's listening. Why? Because Satan has set up strategic distractions called holidays to oppose the Bible's holy days. So when you should be in connection with the Most High on the Feast of Dedications, you're thinking about a Black Friday. You're thinking about what you can get cheap from Best Buy. When really something is going on prophetically the same time that would actually send the watchman to the tower to say, this is what the God is saying. Don't fall for the holiday distractions. This is what the God of the heavens is saying. See, the Most High would communicate during these times, and he's communicating now to those who are what? On time. So Lucifer would set up holidays to oppose God's holy days. Now, so how would he do it, brothers and sisters? Well, the Most High said, remember the Sabbath to keep it holy, and the Sabbath will be a sign between him and his people, right? So Satan, on the other hand, would say, well, okay, I need to do something about that because then everyone know how to count to 7. So instead of us dealing with the days of years, calculate a year according to a Sabbath, 52 Sabbaths, which is simple, I'm going to take the clock and take one hand off of it when it comes to calculating a year. Because you're supposed to use the moon with the sun to calculate a 364-day year because they both are ordered in a calendar year. So Satan said, you know what we're going to do? We're going to take the sun out of the equation and have all of the Gentiles set up holy days strictly off of the moon. Now, you take one of the hands off of your clock, if you have one of those old clocks, and see how well time is kept. So he says, listen, I'll just take one hand off. So instead of people looking at the sun in proximity to the moon, because the moon follows the sun, the moon is male. I mean, the sun is male, the moon is female. Okay? Because she follows the sun in the course of the 364 days. I'm just going to take the masculine off the table and have everyone follow the female out of course. She's out of course because she's 354 days and she comes up short 10 days every year, to a degree where the people that's following even the people that following the laws are going to be off course, because they're going to be looking at, okay, let me see the sliver of the moon. Let me look at this. Let me look at that, and be totally thrown off at the fact that the moon follows the sun. The heavens have the sun and the moon for the course of time, and it was set that way since these two great luminaries were created. See, we're going to break it down to its elementary level so you can understand. So the Most High is he's from the heavens, he's looking down on the earth, and he see the sun and the moon working in its course 364 days to give us a calendar year. And throughout these seasons, communicating with us at a separate point of the year by setting up holidays in which we would be quiet and hollow ourselves to get the connection. And Lucifer know this, being a morning star from the heavens, and know how the Most High communicates with us. Okay, then he says, I'll tell you what, let's take the sun out of it. Have the Babylonians deal strictly with the moon. Okay, the Persian religion, which is now Islam, make sure they celebrate the crescent moon and the crescent moon in the stars. So we're going to celebrate all of our days after the moon, and the Egyptians did it before that. The Egyptians did it because they celebrated and they worshiped who? The moon god Yah in Egypt. So Satan had a plan a long time ago to throw off time. The Yah is a moon god from Egypt, folks. So when you see people say Yah, 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 they're too ignorant to even understand that they're talking about an Egyptian god. Okay, it's a moon god. It's what? The celebration of the feminine over the masculine. Okay? Now, jumping right in, because I don't want to go too far off the beaten path, right? So what happens is when our people began to disobey God and not follow the Sabbaths, we began to fall to this new way of celebrating. Instead of dealing with the 364-day cycle, calculating through Sabbaths, we as a people began to fall. The kings fell to the Babylonians. And what happened? We began to say, well, okay, I will follow the Passover, but I'm going to do it according to what? The moon cycles. So the Most High said, you know what? You Israelites are turning pagan. You're turning pagan and you're following the idolatry of the nations. Let's go to the book of Isaiah now. Because this is what happened, folks. We were the only people separate from pagan idolatry and satanic worships on separate days outside of the Bible. We were the only people separate from that. The Gentiles were used to dealing with the lunar moon and different holy days and all that because the Gentiles went off. We were supposed to be the people, God's people. We were supposed to make it straight. We were supposed to bring the Gentiles into what was correct. And it happened in the reverse. Instead of us convincing the Gentiles to do right by our God, we began to follow them and have now been dispersed throughout the earth, worshiping their gods. Let's read it, Elder Lawyer.
Yes, sir. If you don't mind, just two quick precepts.
Yeah.